Hello and welcome to day 8 of Advent with the Angels. My name's Liz and this is Guided by Angels. And if you do love the wig I'm wearing today, you can check me out over on Wigs with Liz. But today it's all about day 8, and 8 is a number of abundance and power. And I feel that's what we're being reminded today. And I found number 8 and it's right up in the top left-hand corner, and it's sitting on a doll's face here. It's sitting on a doll's face, and what I'm really connecting with here is self-love. You know, when we're a child, especially us girls, you know, we may play with dolls, we may play with Barbies, we may play with other dolls, and we make our own fun. You know, if you're a guy, you may play with, when you're a child, you may have played with cars or action men, or, you know, and they were a form of a doll. So really what we are doing is creating. When we play with dolls or when we use other things, and this can go into later life, you know, if we use mannequins, or you know, maybe we decorate a mannequin. Someone watching could be, you know, in a clothes department, and you may decorate the mannequins in clothes. You may dress them in the clothes for the day. So really what we're doing is creating what we want to portray in our own lives. So what I'm really connecting with here as well is visualize it and act as if, which we've spoken about. And yesterday we spoke about dressing for success, and I shared that song by Roxette. And I really feel we can go a bit further with this by working on self-love, by giving to ourselves everything that we wish we had from someone else, or acting as if it's here now. And we do that through creative visualization, just like we did as a child. That's why children are so powerful, because their imagination and their mind is such a powerful tool that they can create in the moment. That's why they manifest things. That's why children receive things. Obviously, the families give to the children, like you may give to your kids food and clothes and education, everything they need. But really, they are manifesting those things because they are creating without the ego. Really powerful. So I feel this message today is to give to yourself, to spend the day doing things for you. And that's going to attract in everything that you want. And also to remember that being vulnerable is a gift. Toys or dolls, you know, sometimes they can be a bit vulnerable or breakable. You know, maybe you drop a doll on the floor and it may break. Or don't worry, because you're not going to break. And if you do feel you've been broken over the years, or you've been through something that's affected you or broken you, you can put yourself back together, because the heart is a powerful healer. And when we realise that when we're vulnerable, when we are open, it's a gift, then we receive such magical gifts back. So your vulnerability, the fact that you are this amazing open book sometimes, is a gift to you. Because you may feel you get trampled on at times and hurt, but it also shows you you're alive. And that shows you how strong you are, that you are kind and loving and gentle and generous. So never change who you are. Be you and create. So let's open what's behind door number 8 here. We've got Santa with a present. So, and it looks like a present to begin with, but remember, things are not always what they seem. So sometimes blessings come in other forms. They come in forms of lessons sometimes, because remember, a mistake we make is just a lesson we learn, and that leads to a blessing in the end. Everything moves us where we're meant to be. We just sometimes have to look a little bit closer for the blessing, or a little bit closer to understand what we're going through and why. And when we look closer, this looks like Santa from the initial first look is holding a present. But when I'm looking closer, he's actually got a present with 2 kittens in there. So there's 2 kittens in there. And you know, as a twin flame, we know that when we see animals in pairs, that's a great message about togetherness. It's a message about pairing up. It's a message about union. And this is what I feel the universe is offering to you. So first of all, when you ask, it is given. So when you visualize and act as if and say to the universe, I'm in a wonderful, loving relationship, this is the gift that you're being given. Or whatever it is you're asking for, because not all of you watching are going to be just purely thinking about love and being in a relationship. You may be thinking about other things you want to manifest, other things you want to create, other things you want to do. And this is really Santa offering them to you, or the creator, the universe, whoever you connect with, offering these things to you. Source energy giving you what you desire at the right time. When you visualize it and realize that all the times you've been broken, all the times you've been vulnerable, these times have added to you receiving your dream, because you've learned, you've become strong and powerful. And that's really the message coming through. So I feel today you could see pairs of animals together, whether you see them in the real world or in a film, a show, your virtual world on social media. I feel you're going to see pairs as a symbol of togetherness, that everything you want is coming together at the exact right time. And when you act as if, and you trust and you have faith and you be you and work on self-love and giving back to yourself, then the universe is going to bless you for it. So let's pull a card today from the Love and Light Oracle. And this also goes with anything else you're seeing that you're manifesting. If you're trying to manifest something material, like a specific amount of money or a car or a home, and you're seeing those things around you, then that's a big preview of what's to come. So what's the message coming through for today? What do we need to know? So we've got 2 cards today. The first one is leave a trail of love as you walk the earth. So as you walk around your day, you're leaving a trail of love. You're leaving a trail, like a snail trail. When a snail moves around, it leaves that trail behind. And this is saying to you, wherever you go, you're leaving a mark. And that mark is dependent on how you feel. So if you're feeling good and excited and vibrant and radiant, that's going to be around you wherever you are. So it's going to be shone out in front of you. So people are going to see you coming before you're even in the room, because your light's shining that bright. But even if you go away, maybe you walk out of a room, or, you leave a place, you're going to leave that trail there. That means that anyone who enters that room after you is going to feel that vibrancy. Or someone you've touched in that moment is still going to carry that feeling of vibrancy around with them when you've left them, when you've left the room. So for example, you have a conversation with someone and it rubs off on them. It's positive. And they're going to feel positive for the rest of the day if they allow themselves to connect with that vibrant energy. So the message they're giving me today is vibrancy. Remember your light and your power, and the way you are is a vibrancy. It's a frequency. So are you operating on a frequency today that creates that vibrancy? Or are you operating on a frequency that's in pain and struggle and loss? And it's okay to experience these things, but not live in that energy for long, because you have the power to turn things around. So you're leaving a trail of love on the earth as you walk around your day, and you can become still so you may hear God. And when you become still, you're able to understand what the next steps are, or where your place in the world is, or what you're here to do. You receive guidance. So remember, when we pray or when we ask for help, we are calling in the angels. When we still our mind and quiet our mind and make ourselves very calm, we receive answers, whether that's in meditation or going for a walk or anything that calms your energy down. For me personally, I prefer to do a mindful meditation than a guided meditation, which means I'm aware of what I'm doing, but my mind is able to receive because I'm not stressing out. That can be sitting in a coffee shop, just feeling calm, watching the world go by, relaxing. That's what I love to do. That's my mindful meditation. Or going for a walk in nature and breathing in the air and noticing everything that's going on around you. You're in a calm state. Or you could just be sitting down and breathing. Anything that calms you. Some people drive, and obviously driving isn't a form of meditation because you're very aware you're driving around, but it's calming. Some people get very calm from driving. Other people get stressed out from driving. Me personally don't drive. I wouldn't be able to drive. I'd be too nervous on the roads. But driving can be very therapeutic. So it's whatever works for you. So I don't think you've got to do it a certain way, or, it's what works for you that matters. And when you're feeling calm and you become still and you're able to hear messages, you fill up with this vibrancy, and then you leave that everywhere you go. It's your trail as you walk the earth. So fill up your cup today with vibrancy, self-love, self-care, and having faith in what you're manifesting. because it's coming to you. And I feel that you're going to see pairs of animals to get today, or as a symbol of togetherness. So, and also this is to let you know, if your twin flame is silent or still, it's a good thing because they're processing, they're working things out, they're able to receive answers and understanding of what's going on. A lot of the times, especially divine masculines, block things out because they feel a lot of pressure, they feel overwhelmed. So they need to bring in that stillness so they can hear themselves think again, so they can reconnect with their guides and angels. So, for the life of every living thing is in his hands, and the breath of every human being. So again, this is remembering that God is in charge. And that when you remember that, you go out of fear, because you remember his life is in your hands. And your life is in his hands. In other words, when we come to earth, our Creator says to us, I'm going to give you this life so you can do something with it. And really, God creates you in his image, so your life is his life. So he's saying, my life is in your hands. What are you going to do with it as a creator? What are you going to do with this beautiful life that you've been given? And you show your God, you show, your creator, the universe, the higher power, whoever you believe in. I'm not making this religious, this is about whoever you believe in. There's something bigger than you up there. And you're saying, I trust in you. So when you have faith and when you quiet your mind and when you're in the present moment, you're showing your Creator that you have faith in him, her, them. You understand that. And that's you saying, I know that you are in charge of the time I have here, the timings of my life, the way my life unfolds, and I trust in you. And that's also when you can leave a trail of love, because you are very trusting. And when you have faith, you're able to move mountains. As it said in yesterday's message, O Lord, what a variety of things you have made. In wisdom you have made them all. So this is also about looking at life and realising how magical, beautiful and wonderful it is. Looking at all the things in this world that God's made, including people, animals, angels, everything. So, those people out there that say, oh, don't worship celebrities or don't worship angels. We don't. We're just appreciating them for their gifts and tools and talents and help. All glory to God. So, for example, if you love a song that someone's created and you've got a picture of that person on your wall. When I was a kid, I had Madonna on my wall, Johnny Depp. Just try and think who else. New Kids on the Block. I had posters up, and I wasn't hero worshipping them. I was appreciating them for the music and the inspiration they brought into my life. I wasn't hero worshipping them or seeing them as an idol. I was thanking them for helping me, and really that's giving thanks to God because God created them. So when we say thank you angels, we're not worshipping angels, we're thanking God for allowing them to come in and help us, because God created them for that. So all glory to God. So for example, when you're saying that tree is beautiful, you're not worshipping a tree, you're giving thanks to God for creating it. And that goes with anything you're grateful for. That's why gratitude is so powerful. In wisdom, you've made them all. So when we're wise, we know that. We understand that. We know that having a picture of something in our home or having something in our house, it's not worshipping an idol. It's giving thanks to God for allowing that beautiful thing to come into your awareness. And that's really what I want to share today, because there's so much miscommunication and misconception about things and misunderstandings, because everyone is thinking something. But really the universal power is to know that we are all one. We are all brothers and sisters in this school of life, whatever our beliefs are, whatever our religion, whatever differences between us. We're all here to live our lives to the full and operate in love and be there for each other and help each other as much as we can. And when you do that, you're receptive to wisdom and knowledge and being at one with God. And you get that through quiet time and remembering why you've come. And that's another reason why at times we need to have time on our own. It's okay to be around others and be with others, but it's also so refreshing and healing when we're able to have time by ourselves. And that's why children create so many miracles, because they are a miracle. And they realise that through isolation sometimes and self-love. I remember when I was a child and my mum and dad were busy all the time. So I had a lot of time by myself creating forts, and I used to collect erasers, rubbers. I used to collect them. And at the time, back then, in the 80s when I was growing up, because obviously I'm a 70s girl, I was born in 76. So, as I was growing up, between the age of kind of 1 and 10 especially, I used to collect these rubbers. And we used to have them in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They were like irons that you iron your clothes with. All kinds of things that you could have around the house. So I used to make a little fort and then use these rubbers to have things in the house. And I used to play with my Barbies and my Kens and create lives with them. And I used to do that up the stairs. Remember, I used to sit on the stairs. My mum and dad would be in the living room. And my sister had moved out at this time. This was when I was about 12, 13. And I'd sit on the stairs. And each stair, each rung of the staircase would have a Barbie house. And a certain Barbie and Ken or a Barbie in there. And I'd play with them all and interact them all. And that's really how we create in our lives. That's how we visualise. Our imagination is magical. So don't lose that as you get older. When we get older, we forget that sometimes life becomes serious. We're adulting and we forget to be childlike. So I feel this is also a message today to be more childlike. And when you're grateful and opening up in that way, you start seeing all the magic in life, all the beauty in the world, all the blessings, and you get blessed. So you may even receive a gift today or something magical. And if you do, maybe one of your friends gives you a gift today and says, put this under your Christmas tree. Feel good about it and excited about it because magic is flowing in. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.